How's it going, everybody? C-RadTV back here in another video. So, of course, we got another Detroit Lions 2023 NFL draft preview to go over here. So, in the last draft preview, we took a look at the top round one prospects for the defensive line in the 2023 NFL draft the Lions should look at. And in this one, we're going to look at the top linebacker prospects the Lions should consider potentially for the 2023 NFL draft. So, outside and inside linebackers for this one. But for inside linebackers, there's really none to look at until the second round, since most of the inside linebacker prospects in the draft aren't supposed to go till the second round. But there are a few outside linebacker prospects the Lions should take a look at for sure. So, we're going to go over that because it could be an option at 18 if the Lions feel like they're good with their defensive line, if they want to go corner at number 6. But anyway, we'll take a look at the top defensive lineman prospects, and I'll give you my thoughts on the top prospects and what I think of them. So the first prospect we're going to go over here, hailing out of Arkansas, standing 6'4", weighing 233 pounds, we got Drew Sanders. So for Drew's strengths, he's enormous with great length, has huge reach advantage, which helps with block shedding and finishing tackles. He's a polished blitzer, he uses his hands efficiently. He's effective regardless of whether he's dropping into coverage or creating pressure. He has the tools to come off the edge and test offensive tackles as a pass rusher. He's shifty enough to run stunts and slide around blocks. He can complete the game with very few holes. His hand-eye coordination and quickness makes him hard to pin down as a blocker. He dominates when he gets one-on-one against tight ends or running backs. He positions himself well and won't overrun plays. His length and movement skills could help him match up against tight ends in coverage. In terms of his weaknesses, though, he has some diving habits that will lead to missed tackles. His long legs can create occasional tangling when changing directions of coverage. He's not an imposing tackler, and he'll need to make technical improvements to be trusted. He may need to add some weight and improve strength as a pro, and he only brings 1 year of high-volume snaps from Arkansas. In terms of his NFL comparison, he's been compared to Cedric Hodge, a retired linebacker. But, a lot of things to like about Drew Sanders' game. I watched a lot of his tape. He looked very impressive in the only 1 year of snaps that he did have, but he made the most of that opportunity. Maybe, he could fall to second round because of that, but if he's there in the second round, I would potentially maybe look at him there. But I highly doubt he'll be there. It's an option for number 18 if we decide to go that way. So the next player we're going to go over here, hailing out of Clemson, standing 6'3", weighing 240 pounds, we got Trenton Simpson. So for Trent, he's your prototype pass defense outside linebacker, so he's very good at defending the pass and coverage. In terms of his strength, he has good length and strength combination, which helps him to stack and shed blocks. His tackle radius is adequate, rangy enough, can turn and run up the seam with tight ends. He picks up his speed easily when rolling in space. Strong tackler, has powerful hands. He played with a lot more weight in 2022, and he held it very well. He took his reps on the edge, stood his ground against offensive tackles. His balance and body control through contact are day one ready. Hustle plays all over his tape, so he has a high motor and always gives it his all every play. He uses his hands efficiently, and when fighting blocks, he has good flexibility to turn the corner, keeps his balance. Tackling took a major step forward in his final year. He's versatile enough to work both inside and outside linebacker, and he's capable as a blitzer too. In terms of his weaknesses, though, he tends to guess in the run game. He'll take himself out of position as a result, so he's got to learn to get it better at that and read it better. His instincts still work in progress. He's late to get his head around the plate of ball. His short area quickness isn't ideal for difficult coverage assignments or swiveling around in pursuit. In terms of his NFL comparison, he's been compared to Tremaine Edmonds of the now Chicago Bears since he left Buffalo this offseason. But yeah, Trent did a lot of great things to like at him for sure. Definitely I would have him as a consideration at number 18. Depending on what the Lions do at number 6, they can go a lot of different ways at number 6. But at number 18, 100% I would consider him an option for sure. So the next player we're going to go over here, hailing out of Appalachian State, standing 6'2", weighing 240 pounds, we got Nick Hampton. So for Nick, he's your prototype explosion outside linebacker, so he's very explosive in the pass rushing game. In terms of his strengths, he's a freak athlete with rare speed and explosiveness for the position. He dominated fourth-round pick Max Mitchell in their 2021 matchups, if you want some tape to watch on him there. He's silky smooth, open field athlete, can flip his hits and fly. He's surprising play strength. He's a polished pass rusher with quick and accurate hands. He's able to run with backs on wheel routes. He's excellent length. Is a game changer when he takes on blocks. Has great lateral agility to slip and bend around blocks. Has a great tackle radius and a consistent finisher. Athleticism makes him an immediate impact on special teams, so there's the versatility there. His bloodhound in pursuit, incredible body control, and dominating games against quality competition, so against the big-name schools. Because he's been listed as one of the big, small school studs of this linebacker draft class. Because he had dominant performances against the big schools in college. You know, he's small for the position, but he has special burst and agility for a pass rusher. In terms of his weaknesses, though, his thin lower body and his modest room to grow, it will be deterrents for some teams. He doesn't have the type of size and anchor to put his hands down as a defensive end. He does have some scheme-specific limitations that could reduce the number of suitors, so he might be just a scheme-based player or a system player. You know, rarely asked to set a firm edge and redirect the run. Too easily, he's slowed by big tight ends, and his game will become more finesse-oriented in the NFL. In terms of his NFL comparison, he's been compared to D'Angelo Malone of the Atlanta Falcons. So, you know, a lot of things to like for him for sure. Has some versatility for sure. Always did well against the big teams in the big-time games. You know, maybe someone to keep an eye on for sure. That's, has some upside for sure here. And the final linebacker, the final player we're going to go over in this video, hailing out of Auburn, standing 6 feet tall, weighing 224 pounds, we got Owen Pappoe. So for Owen, he's the prototype tackling outside linebacker, so he's very good at tackling the ball carrier. In terms of his strengths, he has an abnormally long arm for a short linebacker. He uses his length effectively to parse through traffic, takes on blocks without being controlled. His special speed allows him to make up for mental mistakes, and he avoids athletic mismatches. Has good lateral quickness, swivel around blocks and creates angles. He's a useful coverage piece, can run with just about anyone in the offense. Balance base prevents him from being wiped out in the run game. Has a good form, timing, and accuracy as a tackler. Length could lead to developmental ability as a blitzer. If a team's willing to spend time with him, he's best in class range when going sideline to sideline. His precise angles to the ball and he won't overrun. In terms of his weaknesses, though, his hand tends to hang low when initiating contact with blocks. He needs to improve his efficiency to shed blocks. Can lose his bearings against play action and can be late to find the ball. He may resort to more drag down tackling habits as runners get bigger and stronger. His energy wanes at times. He gets stuck in a wait-and-see approach when the line of scrimmage gets condensed. So he's just got to learn to just go get the ball carrier in that situation and just go where the ball goes. In terms of his NFL comparison, he's been compared to Wesley Woodyard, a retired linebacker. A lot of things to like from Owen Pappoe. A lot of things to like there, but a lot of things still need to be worked on. But maybe someone to keep an eye on if he maybe falls in the second round. Definitely someone to keep an eye on. But yeah, anyway, that'll wrap it up here for this Detroit Lions 2023 NFL Draft Preview. So yeah, there are actually some pretty interesting names to keep an eye on for sure. Especially, the main two out of this class I like for the first round is like Drew Sanders and Trent Simpson. Like, I have Drew Sanders, I've seen a couple mocks where Drew could fall to the second round. Maybe that could be a possibility where he could fall to maybe 48. I mean, if he falls to 48, 100%, I would say take him. But I don't think he'll be there in the second round. I mean, we don't really know what's going to happen from the second round on, because second round on, it's when the draft starts to turn into a bit of a crapshoot. But, hey, definitely some names to keep an eye on for sure. I think Trent Simpson would go in the first round. I do think he could be an option at 18 if we're good on corner, or if we take a Jalen Carter or some shit at number 6 and we're good on corner since we got Gardner Johnson and Cam Sutton in free agency. But, definitely some names to keep an eye on for sure. But yeah, that'll wrap it up here for this draft preview. So the next draft preview, we're going to take a look at the top round 1 corners for the 2023 NFL Draft, since corner's been a heavy topic discussion at number 6 and number 18. So we're going to look at some top corner prospects for sure next video, and I'll give you my thoughts on all of them. But yeah, that'll wrap it up here for this video. That's all I got to say, and I'll see you on whatever I make next. Peace.